In this video, we're going to review the Aputure B7C light. I'll leave a link to it in the description below this video if you want to check it out. We will cover the following topics. 1. Unboxing. We will show you what comes with this light. 2. Overview and operation. We will show you key features of the light and how to use it on its own or with an app. 3. Review. We will let you know if we think this light is worth purchasing after using it. Let's get started. First, why do you need a light like the Aputure B7C? It's this simple. These lights are used to replace consumer bulbs and consumer lamps that we use in our shots, called practical lights. Consumer bulbs often don't look great next to pro lights. The color can be very unnatural and not match. These bulbs have a high color accuracy rating of 95 CRI, so they will work great when mixed with professional photography and filmmaking lights. But that just scratches the surface of what these Aputure lights can do. And I'll demonstrate their additional benefits and capabilities shortly. First, unboxing. The Aputure B7C light simply comes with the bulb, a carrying bag, and a product manual. I like that it doesn't have a ton of parts. It's a simple, clean design. Overview and operation. The bottom of the bulb features an E2627 household screw-in base, so it can be easily placed into consumer lamps and lighting fixtures. The light is made out of passively cooled aluminum alloy heatsink, so it has no fan and is silent. At the top of the light is a diffusion cover which is shaped to dissipate heat and spread light. Operation. The light can be operated by an app or by just using the buttons on the light. Let's discuss operation without the app first. There are 3 buttons on the light: the minus button, the power button, and the plus button. There's a cheat sheet on the side of the light that tells you what the buttons do and how to achieve certain tasks. Let me demonstrate the basics. First, I'm going to unscrew my consumer bulb in my lamp and screw in the Aputure B7C LED light. Then I will turn on the lamp. If it doesn't power on right away, press and hold the center power button for a few seconds. To make the bulb brighter, I can press the plus button. To make the bulb dimmer, I can press the minus button. To cycle through basic color temperatures, I can double-click the power button. We went from 2000K to 2700K to 3200K to 4300K to 5500K to 6500K. Then we go back to 2000 degrees Kelvin. The Aputure bulb can run on AC power or DC power. At full power with a full charge, the bulb will run off of a battery for about 70 minutes, longer when dimmed of course. If you hold the minus and plus buttons at the same time, you can check the battery life. 5 pulses is 80 to 100% charged, 4 pulses is 60 to 80%, 3 pulses is 40 to 60%, 2 pulses is 20 to 40%, and 1 pulse is 0 to 20% charged. If you want to switch between AC and DC power modes, press all 3 buttons at the same time, minus, power, and plus. After a few seconds, the light will blink, letting you know you've changed the power mode. Now that we are in DC mode, I can press the power button and the light will turn on even though it's not screwed into a plugged-in lamp. You can charge the light by screwing it into a lamp socket. Just make sure that the lamp is turned on, but the light is turned off completely. A full charge takes a few hours. Controlling the light with an app. The Aputure B7C can also be controlled by a free app called Sidus Link, which I downloaded from the App Store to my iPhone. I'll make sure the light is on by pressing the power button for a few seconds. Then I'll tap the Sidus Link app on my phone to launch it. The first thing that you want to do is create a scene, so I'll tap plus on the top right of the app screen. Then I will tap the scene to get into it. Next, I'll tap the plus button to add this light to it. You'll notice that the app found the light. If it didn't find the light, you can try resetting Bluetooth on the light by pressing and holding the power button and minus button at the same time for about 5 seconds. When you see flashing lights, you are ready to connect. Also, make sure Bluetooth is turned on your phone. My phone found the light, so I can just select it and then press Setup. After a few seconds, tap OK. Now we have this basic screen that allows us to turn the light on and off and use a slider to adjust the brightness or intensity of the light from 0 to 100. For far more control, tap B7C under Fixtures. The first screen that comes up is called White, and you can see that we are on the CCT tab. Again, we can turn the light on and off. We can adjust the intensity with the slider. In addition, we can select quarter, half, or full intensity. I'll keep the intensity low with the slider for now. We can also adjust the color temperature of the light with a slider. In CCT mode, this light goes from a very warm 2000K all the way up to a very cool 10,000K. We also have a few preset buttons below that: 3200K, 4000K, and 5600K. There's also a green magenta adjustment if you need it. At the top of the app screen, I can select Gel. We are in the CTO B tab. This screen is great for people who are used to working with blue and orange gels. You can choose if the light is tungsten or daylight, and then add gels on top of that. Basically, the light changes color as if it was gelled without actually using gels. For example, we can add 1/8 of CTB, color temperature blue. I'll change that to without CTB. If I tap Color at the top of the app screen, we access a lot of additional controls. In the HSI tab, we get a color wheel that we can move around on to pick different RGB colors. The outside of the wheel is very saturated. Selections closer to the middle of the wheel are less saturated. I like using the more saturated colors, but that's up to you, of course. If I select the Picker tab, I can actually use my phone's camera to shoot a color of an object that the light will then mimic. Watch what happens when I select my son's green turtle pillow. The light turns green. Pretty cool. You could use this to match other odd light sources. If I select Effect at the top of the app screen, I can run a bunch of lighting effects. The first effect is Fireworks. If I tap Start, the fireworks effect will begin. We can adjust the effect using the intensity control. This is how bright the light gets. We also have a frequency control if we want the effect to happen more often. Next, we can swipe to the faulty bulb effect. Don't forget to tap Start to begin the effect. We can slide over to the lightning effect, then tap Start. Next we have TV, then tap Start. We have warmer, natural, and cooler TV presets. We also have an intensity control and a frequency control. It's very customizable. The next effect is called Pulsing. Don't forget to tap Start to begin the effect. If we tap HSI, we can change the color. I like selecting red and then I'll tap Confirm. That would be a richer red if I turned my additional room light off and brought my camera's exposure down. Just keep that in mind when judging these effects. If we want to save any of these modified effects, just tap Presets at the bottom of the screen, then tap Save to Presets. There you go, we have our customized red pulsing preset. I'll tap X to exit the screen. The next effect is Fire. Don't forget to tap Start to begin the effect. Then we have Cop Car. Next we have Party Lights. We can set saturation very high and change the frequency to change colors more often. Finally, we have the Paparazzi effect. This app does a lot more, but I think that's enough to get you started. It's pretty impressive. Review. I hope that this video showed you why the Aputure Accent B7C light is not like your grandmother's light bulb, unless your grandma is a modern-day cinematographer. This thing is an amazing high-quality bicolor light that can adjust from 2000K all the way up to 10,000K. It's fully dimmable and does not have any flickering issues. It can run off of AC from a standard consumer lamp socket or from its internal battery. In RGB mode, it can produce colors all over the color wheel. It has incredible app controls and very useful effects. Sure, it's not cheap, but once you put a couple of these in your lighting kit, you'll never want to go back to using consumer bulbs again. I highly recommend the Aputure Accent B7C. Well, I hope that you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.